A tenant moves into a new property. First week is quiet. They pay attention, not to the lease, to the environment. They notice how messages get answered. They notice how quickly maintenance gets handled. They notice how other tenants behave in the hallways. They notice whether rules are enforced or whether they are slowly fading. No one explains this, but people read systems very quickly, especially systems that affect where they live. A tenant might send a message one evening: "Hey, I'll probably be a few days late this month." Sometimes they are asking for flexibility. Sometimes they're doing something else. They're gathering information. What happens next tells them everything. Does the standard hold? Does the response arrive immediately? Does the boundary stay firm? Or does the conversation drift into negotiation? Tenants do not need 10 examples to understand the pattern. One clear signal often teaches them how the environment works. If standards hold, behavior aligns. If standards move, behavior gets tested. That shift does not come from attitude, it comes from adoption. This is where many landlords become confused. They say something like, "I've never had tenants behave like this before." But tenants are not reacting to personality, they are reacting to structure. The same tenant can behave completely different depending on the property they're in. One building, rent arrives early. In another building, that same tenant pays late every month. In one place, rules are followed with friction. In another place, every rule becomes a conversation. What changed? Not the tenant, the environment. People adapt to environments faster than landlords realize. They learn what matters, they learn what moves, they learn what can be negotiated. And once that pattern becomes visible, behavior adjusts to match it, quietly, gradually. This is also why some properties feel calm while others feel like constant work. In calm properties, the environment carries most of the weight. Standards are visible, boundaries hold, correction happens early. Nobody has to guess what happens next. In chaotic properties, the opposite happens. Messages sit unanswered, standards drift slowly, decisions depend on the mood of the moment, and tenants begin realizing something important: the system is flexible. Once an environment becomes flexible, behavior expands into that space, not aggressively, naturally. Now the landlord spends more time reminding, more time negotiating, more time correcting things that should have been obvious. Eventually, landlords say something that sounds familiar: "This property just feels exhausted." But exhaustion did not appear randomly. The environment trained it, because the environment always teaches something. It teaches alignment, or it teaches negotiation. Tenants do not behave randomly, they behave according to the environment surrounding them. Change the environment, and behavior changes with it.